will be over, and they cost about $95,000. These little gizmos. Now, tell me, buying a new pair of shoes. Sometimes that creates problems for some people. They get blisters and what have you. Is that natural, or I'm going to hang up so that you can give me a better idea, or try and understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I'm speaking fast because I don't want to take too much time and give the other callers the opportunity.
Thank you.
Equal opportunity employment, okay? So I thank you very much. Yes, sir, it is funny, but the fact of the matter is that I don't want to hog the lines. I thank you very, very, very much.
Well, thanks for your call. And
we'll definitely address that. I mean, there's a lot of products out there. They cost a lot of money. I always tell my patients, save your money. It's better to see your podiatrist even once just to get an idea of what type of shoe that you need. Getting a blister when you buy a new pair of shoes is not normal. You shouldn't have to break in a shoe. The shoe should be broken in before you purchase it. So you definitely want to save your money on that stuff because, again, they're not tested. They're trying to sell a product, so it's much easier for you to just visit your doctor, get an idea what your foot type is, and then pick the proper shoe that way. But any shoe that's causing you blister, return. Get your money back.
And also, the American Podiatric Medical Association has a seal of acceptance program.
Yes.
They evaluate shoes for safety and comfort.
Yes.
And
year.
You can see a list of those products on IPMA.org. That's the American Podiatric Medical Association.
Yes, and
our
that's
parent organization.
Yes, and that is updated every year. So even if something gets discontinued, or a new model comes out, it's updated. So
that's right. Did we finish with the other slipper there?
Yes, I was just saying basically with this one, it's good for that airy feeling you want. It's but more protection, more cushion. So it's a better choice than the flip-flop.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, we have another caller.
Great.
Welcome to Feet Forward.
Yes, I had a question. Yes, hello?
Hello.
Yes.
You're on.
I have a callus on a large toe, right under the large toe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I was wondering if that could be removed with a regional anesthetic, local anesthetic, instead of being put under general anesthesia.
Well, that's a great question. Calluses are really common in the summertime, and a lot of people experience them. Calluses are caused by the way we walk and where we put pressure on our feet. So you can shave down a callus by your podiatrist. The number we're featuring right now would give you a great referral to a podiatrist that can trim that down without anesthesia. But to permanently get rid of that, we have to see how your bone is sitting, and if it requires surgery. There's a lot of surgeries that it's just local anesthetic and a very light sedation, so no tubes down your throat and no general anesthesia. So what you're describing probably fits in that, but I would definitely see your IPMA podiatrist, get an evaluation, and be taken care of.
And you can see the 800 number on our screen behind us. You can call and get a referral. They'll give you 2 or 3 referrals in a zip code near you. We have another caller.
Great.
It's raining cats and dogs on callers tonight. Hi, you're on Feet Forward.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my call.
Thanks for calling.
I'm going to be 80 years old, and I've had no problem with my feet all my life except in the last year. I don't know where I contracted it, but I have that fungus of the nail.
Okay.
Especially on one foot.
Okay.
And I've been treating it with my pharmacist recommended a fungi nail.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to my doctor, I didn't mention I'm also diabetic and I have arthritis.
Okay.
And when I went to the doctor, he said fine to keep using it. And then shortly after that, I developed a rash on one side of the top of my foot.
Mm-hmm.
And the doctor recommended hydrocortisone, which I've been using.
Okay.
And it's kind of gotten rid of it on the one side, but it's kind of moved over to the other side of my foot.
Oh, goodness.
And what I'd like to know is, with the fungus, the nails have also thickened and kind of out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
And is this ever going to go away?
Well, it's the number one dermatological problem in our world is fungal nails. A lot of people get it. It's really common in the summer. You are not the only one. What I would recommend for you at this point is, if you haven't seen a foot specialist, a podiatrist, I would definitely recommend that. There are a lot of prescription topical medications. Being that you're diabetic, I wouldn't recommend an oral medication for you. That'll kind of help take away that fungus. There's some other options out there, including kind of debriding the nail or removing the nail so you have a clean slate. And the rash you're talking about could also be a fungal infection that keeps spreading, because most of the time you get that nail to look that way because you pick up a fungus on the skin, like an athlete's foot, which then attacks your nail. So where you get that is what you're asking is basically anywhere that's community shared and moist. So it could even be around your own bathtub. You may not see it. These spores are invisible. Around a swimming pool, the gym, places like that. Trying on a shoe in a shoe store, you can get it that way. So the places are numerous where you got it, but I think the key for you is getting the right treatment. So definitely call the IPMA and get a podiatrist on board.
Could it also be in my shoes?
Yes, and even if you're treating it and then you go back and wear an old shoe that has the fungal spores in it, you're re-getting it. So
would it be any help if I were, say, to spray the inside of my shoe?
Yes, Lysol works. The old-fashioned Lysol works to kill some of the spores, and any shoe that maybe you can dispose of, I would try to get rid of some that are maybe cheaper that you don't really care for anymore. But if you spray it down with Lysol and let it dry overnight, that helps a lot.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Great.
Thanks
Thank you.
for calling. They're lined up. Hi, you're on Feet Forward. Hello, you're on Feet Forward.
Hello, what is good for concrete?
I'm sorry?
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I work on concrete, so what is good? What kind of shoe is good for that?
Oh, okay. For are you required to wear steel toe or no?
No, I work at Macy's, but it's concrete.
Oh, it's concrete. For you, I would recommend some type of, if you can wear some type of gym shoe, dress shoe hybrid, that would be great. Like like a black leather shoe that looks more like a gym shoe, but also could pass for a work shoe. That would be great for you. With some proper inserts inside would help too a lot. So it's worth seeing your podiatrist just to get some inserts, and then you can wear a little bit different variety of shoes as well.
Did I answer your question? Okay. Do we have any other callers? Okay. We have another caller.
Hello?
You're on Feet Forward.
Hi, I have a question for you. I don't know, do men experience more foot problems than women?
No, this is actually, it's reverse. Women experience more than men just because of the type of shoe gear that we wear. We tend to wear more high heel, more narrow shoes. But that doesn't mean that men don't have a lot of foot problems. 3 or 4 foot problems at some point in our life. It's kind of all over the place. But men usually have one specific problems, rather than women's problems are usually a little different. Thank you.
Another caller? Oh, we have a caller who wants to know if soaking feet helps with corns.
Well, it all depends. If you're diabetic,
First of all, before you do that, tell the viewers what a corn is.
a corn is the buildup of thick skin. What we call a corn is usually on the toe area, on top of the toes, and we call calluses a hardening of the skin underneath the foot. They're essentially the same thing, a buildup of dead skin caused by some type of deformity in your toes or foot that you're putting too much pressure on that area. So soaking can help soften them up, but I wouldn't recommend it, one, if you're diabetic. I don't think you should be soaking your feet without a recommendation of a podiatrist. And two, if you're soaking your foot just to try to trim down the corn, I don't recommend that. If you're soaking your foot, just feel better. It'll feel better, but your corn will not go away.